Hello! In today's Archaeo Scoop, I'm filming out in one of the many walled gardens here at Archaeo Soup Towers. No, only joking. I'm out in the yard anyway. And I've decided to focus on one news story today, and that's because it's a news story which won't necessarily immediately strike you as being important for archaeology, history, heritage, museums, etc. But it really, really could be. And that's a story to do with something called net neutrality. Now, net neutrality is a guarantee, I suppose, that net services, internet services, would be free and fair in terms of access for companies who wanted to use it. In other words, there wouldn't be a premium stream for big companies as opposed to small companies. This meant that smaller companies and groups and organizations can get their message out there to the world just as easily as a big company. For example, YouTube, the video streaming service via whom you're watching this video. But this has all changed. A guy called Tom Wheeler, in charge of the FCC in the US, has actually made a change to net neutrality now. Certainly recommended it, whereby essentially, if you are a big company like Google, like Microsoft, like Netflix, you can pay to have essentially a bigger pipe for your internet services, and that means that and also it'll affect where you turn up in search results, so that people, when they search for something, they're more likely to get your website. Now, what this means is that the smaller people, smaller groups and bodies and institutions are being pushed, will be pushed to one side. They won't be able to have this premium service because they won't be able to afford it. And therefore, you're less likely to be able to discover and find out exciting new things, no matter what your interests are, but certainly in terms of archaeology and history. I can think of can't think of any institutions that can afford to compete with the sort of prices that Google are probably going to have to pay for their right to have this bigger internet pipe. I suppose what I'm saying is that, in particular, museums, for example, who are already being squeezed internationally by governments due to the economic situation over the past few years, are really going to struggle even more to get people enthused and interested in their latest exhibits. Or, for example, archaeological digs are going to have a much harder time publicising the work that they're doing. The Save Mezagnac, for example, campaign, which recently launched its website, I can't imagine they're going to have the sort of budget that's going to be necessary to compete with the likes of Google. So this is a real problem, actually, for the whole realm of the internet, but also as well the section of the internet which we love. The reason why I do these videos is because of archaeology, history and heritage. Now, at the moment, the FCC, of course, Tom Wheeler, that's all in the US, but this will have a knock-on effect around the world, and also it sets a very dangerous precedent. I will put in the video information below a petition. If you want to sign that petition, I'm not sure if you can if you're living outside the US, but you can always give it a go. Then please do. I'm definitely going to give it a go once I finish filming this, because this is an important thing, and it really will have an impact on not just, for example, being able to watch a video, but also the work which archaeologists, historians, museum archivists, and other organisations, charities, for example, do around the world. So there you go, that's the news story I'm focusing on today, and you can find out more in headline number 1, or one and only. One and only. In addition to that, though, there are other news stories. As I say, Mezagnac recently got its website, and I'll lay all of those news stories down in the video information for you to read at your leisure. So there you have it, net neutrality and how it's going to have impacts on, on parts of the internet which really don't need to have such a heavy impact and burden put upon them. Nonetheless, until next time, do take care. Bye-bye.